I met Santobando a couple of different ways, actually. I created a MySpace site about 5 years ago in support of Central and South American bands. I had an appreciation for Latin music, and I thought that would be the best way to share it with people. One of the bands that I came across while building it was Santobando. It was a reggae band from Chile, and they were really good, so I added them. And after a while, I didn't really have to add bands anymore. I pretty much, they would send requests, and I could just be a simple critic at that point. The second way that I met Santobando, I went to a Caribbean island over Christmas time. It's Bocas del Toro in Panama. And it was about 4 or 5 in the morning on Christmas Eve. I went out to go have a beer. And walking and look to the right of me, and lo and behold, there's this little Rasta guy, and he points out my shirt. It was an Austin City Limits Music Festival shirt, and he told me that he'd like to play in it. And I thought to myself, well, I'd like to say that I've given the recommendation before. If there was anything I could do, I would certainly help. And we ended up in a conversation, and it was about 45 minutes long. He was a super spiritual guy, and I liked our conversation. He got up and he said, if I can jump this fence, I think we can go drink a beer. I thought to myself, well, anybody that's, that confident about 4 in the morning in Panama has got to be legit somehow. I could tell at that point that he and I would most likely be
nos vamos sanando, esa es la magia de la danza, yo sé que te encanta, el grito vieja te levanta, confíate allá lo ritmo natural, it's good for your soul, lo puedes notar, that is the place where you can go out, el sentimiento que te hace evolucionar, y es que el reggae,
A couple of months later, I went to Belize, and Ale had contacted me, said he was interested in doing a show. So I had some friends there that had some other friends that owned some bars. So I talked to them about bringing the band, and their first reaction was, how do we know they're going to show up? They didn't want to go out of their way if they weren't going to show up. But just from the substance of my conversation with Ale, I knew it was a sincere friendship and that he was a guy full of conviction. So I said, that they had my word. I would take the blame in any event that the band doesn't show. So they confided in me, and 20 days later, the band makes it to Belize, and we're ready to do a show. We were all really excited about the way it turned out, and we got to spend time with the locals in Belize, and it was a very peaceful time. We're happy to have it.
Yeah, man.
You hit her back.
And I hit her back. Then I hit you again.
Oh.
Then I hit her back 3 times.
So you
then
had.
I hit her up again about 10 times. And we were playing pillow fight. After that, we was playing makeup.
It was a special moment seeing the band had showed up, but I had to get them paid, and the bars didn't really offer any money. Well, I had sold some tickets before, so they gave me a little desk and a money box, and I just went back to doing what I know how to do. Yeah, I know.
People who are missing the boat, these guys are killer, dude. I can notice. I hope it goes good, that's all I gotta say. These guys are good.
Es una bendición de Dios.
Here's what we're gonna do now. Okay, just let the crowd build up a little bit. At 9 o'clock, I'll shut all these doors.
I wanna bring some news tonight. I wanna bring some news.
because we love creation. Until the philosophy, there's no one race superior, another inferior. And finally, and permanently, this primitive of the abundance will everywhere is war. War. Until there's no longer just that some second-class citizens of the nation. Until the color of the skin is no more significant than the color of his eyes. I've got to say one. Until the basic human rights we're all guaranteed to all with our regard to race. Just no one, and until that day, the dream of lasting peace for citizens, and the rules of international morality. But the means we got ambition to be pursued in every day. Well, everywhere is war.
It was a successful show, and the guys were tired from traveling, and I was tired from chasing down drums, sound, and sweating the outcome, but we fit about 80, 90 people in there. We were really impressed by the support we received by all the promotions we have done, my small budget, and talk on the street. I recall a conversation I had with Ollie one time, and he mentioned that one of the things he loved so much about Chile is the peace, how it's so peaceful out there. And I took that into account, and I had some friends that lived on a mountain right next to Zunantinich, a Mayan ruin, so we thought that'd be the perfect place.
Don't worry about a thing.
Because every little thing,
It's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds above my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies of pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry. Singing, don't worry. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry. Oh, I am.
Everybody gets quiet.
find the energy of the fire, and with that, you can control the fire.
Easy to say.
It is easy to say. It took me 3 years to do that.
Coincidentally, the guys were ready to go, and I had to leave the country due to an immigration status thing. They had stamped me for a one-day transit stamp, so we decided that we'd throw in the pot together and go do something. They wanted to go to Mexico, so we went to Mexico. Mexico's got its own style, and if you're not in with the right people or got a good friendship or something, you're not going to get far. They want to offer you very little money for a traveling band going through town, and they most of the time prefer something, Mexican, some Mexican heritage music or something like that. We appreciate all the music, but we were glad to find some very cool people that supported us 100%.
Muchas gracias.
None of the bars in Mexico seemed to do ticket sales up to this point, so to find better paying gigs from the owners, I had to do all I could do to get them excited about it. So I found Marco, who runs a local kite school, and he had a kite festival going on at Ziggy Beach in Tulum. He said the show would be for free, but we could announce our show if we wanted. Slightly concerned about our budget, I wanted to make sure and impress the owners, so I told the band and another group who had drums, which we needed. So I thought two birds with one stone, and it didn't quite work out that way. Seba picked up the weight that night. It wasn't the band, but he kept everybody smiling. It was the first time I couldn't put it all together, and I felt a little let down, but the band works hard, and they put together an almost perfect show that night to make up for it.
Durante su trayectoria, Santobando ha compartido escenarios con artistas internacionales como The Cadillac, los pioneros del ska en Jamaica en 2006, Matías Yaigu, 2007, Morodos 2007, Fidel Nadal y Pablito Molina, La Agrupación Argentina Todos Tus Muertos en 2008, Tego Calderón y Mala Rodríguez en 2009, Easy Stars, All Stars en 2010 y Midnight con Juana y Kike Neira, entre otros. Ha participado en festivales internacionales como r&amp, Rio Grande de Brasil, Montemapu, Moonflower Argentina, One Tour Festival y Pachamama River Fest. Visit youtube.com Santobando.
Vámonos. It was our first well-paying gig in Mexico, and I wanted the people from the kite festival to show up, but that didn't happen. So we played in front of a pretty conservative crowd. But one of the good things about Santobando is they can play in front of just about anybody and control the crowd. There was an elderly couple that got up, and I couldn't resist getting up and tell them thank you.
el son de la canción. Hey. Avanzando en un carro estando llama. Avanzando en un carro estando otra vez. Right now.
They played an almost perfect show that night. And the owner loved it, and the patrons, well, they had $300 plates of food, drank and danced. Meanwhile, there were some bars in downtown Tulum who were interested in booking Santobando. In fact, one of the bars had claimed that we had made a deal with them, which apparently we knew nothing about. But they had a lot of friends downtown, which is understandable. Santobando is a group of very likable guys. The only thing, the bars don't pay a lot of money in downtown, and that raised the question, you know, what were we going to tell the bars that are paying more for Santobando? It's a classic scenario in roadshow business that when a bar owner learns that the band he's paying is getting paid less by somebody else, he tends to lose sight of a good deal. I decided I wasn't going to argue about it with the guys. They're my friends. If that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. I wasn't going to have to answer to it. We'll just push the shows to Monday through Friday and save the better paying gigs for the weekend. But it did get a little bit annoying watching the bars sell out of alcohol while they're empty next door, yet they couldn't scrape up a couple more pennies for the band. Music isn't an item, and artists aren't inspired by money. They follow their passion. It doesn't make sense to tell them they're good. They know they're good. It's about fulfilling the heart. And if you're selling a $300 plate of food, then you should pay the entertainment what it's worth to you in order to maintain the quality of performance. Artists are passionate, but they're not crazy. So I suggest treating them the way they treat you. Filling the bar was never the case with Santobando. In fact, the crowds just got bigger and bigger. Nothing speaks to us like music. Whether you're in a bewildered state of mind or you're in a foreign place of culture shock, whether you're saturated with fear and worry or simply just don't speak the language, music is the universal catalyst for the expression of content. Joy, excitement, trust, all those things you may not even be able to express in your own words. They can all be expressed through music. It's perhaps the most valuable thing we have as humans. When our language, politics, and brains don't meet the quota, music raves in the realm of harmony in the future. We can create or relieve stress with it at any time of day. When at odds, we can change the tone for agreement. When there's animosity, we can turn it into love. Where there's a farce, we can ensure that there's one thing that's pure and genuine, and it's music.
Liberate yourself of the mind slavery. Libera tu mente de la esclavitud mental del sistema de Babelón. Freedom mind.
Yes, Amaraya! Freedom mind. Liberate yourself. Spread yourself.
Mental, escapar del sistema que te quiere controlar. Freedom mind,
mucha gente aquí no se da cuenta. En Babilón te quieren tener en su cuenta bancaria, sumando más money y mucha polución. Esa es la cuestión, es la razón. Yo te canto mensaje, motivación, elevando la vibración y a conciencia más alta ya. Vibración más real. Por eso te canto ya Kings en las países. Freedom mind, libertad mental, escapar del sistema que te quiere controlar. Freedom mind, libertad mental. Y es el mensaje, y es el mensaje. Aquí con mis frenes yo me siento bien. Manantial de vida traigo para que rompa las cadenas de todo su ser. Sigue tu corazón, sabes que siempre es fiel. Sigue nutriéndote con lo positivo. Queremos más paz, no buscamos enemigos. Te digo, vaya, que no va a parar. A la humanidad, Lord.
Podrás encadenar mis manos y mis pies, pero jamás podrás esclavizar mi pensamiento, porque es libre, libre, somos libres ahora. Conecta la verdad, manifiesta la realidad consciente, expande ya tu mente, creatividad, conecta la verdad. Freedom mind, arriba ya la paz.
Freedom mind, libertad mental, escapar del sistema que te quiere controlar. Freedom mind, libertad mental, es el mensaje de lo más alto, levanto ya.
Ya libera, libera, libéralo. Todo tu poder mental, mira, exprésalo.
Muévelo, muévelo, muévelo.
Y esa Mariah, tirada.
I grabbed the band a few more contacts in Playa del Carmen, but Playa del Carmen didn't reflect the image or the energy that is Santobando. It's kind of a town that revolved around loud music and cover bands. So I decided to keep looking. It was a small example of how downtown meets uptown in a lot of cities. Continued to get them higher paying gigs on the beach, and they had about as many downtown gigs as they could handle. I want the best for Santobando, and I know that they're great. The lower paying gigs I refuse to take money for, and if anyone's going to make it on a low budget, it's them. They have a way that's more powerful than money, but in the meantime, it's my job to get them on the right track in order to deliver the music to the world. Santobando's come a long way since the MySpace band I found years ago, and I hope my efforts brought them even farther yet. They were my family for about 4 months, and it was a blessing beyond compare to depend on a group of people so talented and proficient. In terms of atmosphere adjustment, I never had to tell them anything. In fact, they were 2 steps ahead of me most of the time. Santobando's been around 3 months in Tulum, which shows at least every other day, and I was quite a ways away. They wanted to go to Zipolite Beach in Oaxaca, and I wasn't really worried about them. We knew what the going rate for bands was in Mexico, and my thoughts were that somebody was going to snatch them up pretty quickly, and they did. I had some personal catching up to do and came to the heart of Mexico. I set up a headquarters in the state of Guanajuato that I hope will serve well during the musical celebration Servantino, among many other enlightening events. I set up a webpage called Kaya Internacional. It's www.kayainternacional, so that you all can keep up with Santobando and hear the latest in road shows and stay tuned for other international appeal. Santobando's a band who loves their fans and are more likely to stay a while wherever they go. They just finished a 3-month stay in Oaxaca and are scheduled for a late August, early September in Tulum and another stop in Belize. I miss them a lot, and I'm looking forward to their return here in October. So we hope to see you all in the near future, because we still have high hopes in the music world, and we're not done yet.
Tira la bless, bless for all universe, tira la bless, para toda la gente del planeta. Tira la bless, 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 ya, por donde va, ya, 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 ya. Tira la bless, 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 por donde va, ya, 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 ya. Tira la bless, 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 ay, por donde va, ya, 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 ay, por donde vaya siempre tira la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo y tira hacia arriba la energía, siente la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo y tira hacia arriba la energía, siente la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo y tira hacia arriba la energía, siente la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo y tira hacia arriba la energía, siente la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo y tira hacia arriba la energía, siente la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo. Vitamina y proteína, mira, diga lo que diga, nene, reino vegetal, vida sana en la vitrina, dice que te fluya, pídele a Dios te influya, pídele sana medicina que te inspira, toma la vía recta y caminas, si vas en bicicleta, ciclovía, mira la vida como vida, wow, mira la vida como ilumina nuestra día, déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo, tira hacia arriba la energía, siente la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, barre a su lado lo negativo. Déjala fluir, my friend, tira la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend, tira la bless. Déjala fluir, my friend. Atención con el gas, 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 gas. Muchas gracias a toda la gente aquí en el Sama. Let's go.